Hi everyone, this is Debbie Douglas. Just as a reminder, my internship is with Monarch. Monarch is a behavioral health agency, and currently, what they have in place for as far as safety measures are concerned, at the downstairs in the front of the building, the main entrance, there is a security there at all times, and the security does make several rounds checking the doors and just checking to make sure that everything is going well inside the building. I think I've seen her come by my office maybe, I would want to say, at least 3 or 4 times per day when I'm there. I do see that. So that's a good feeling. In addition to that, they do have a system that they've put in place that is called ePage, and ePage is installed on their phones. And if they say a therapist is in with a client, and there's a problem, they can press that button on their phone, and that button sends a message to um, the phone. Say 16 other people have it connected to their phone. The therapist inside the room cannot hear what the other people are saying, the other employees, but they can hear everything that's happening inside the room. And so if there's something going on, they can respond to it. And they're also putting in place a code word that the therapist can use, or the doctor or the nurse, if there's something happening that they need immediate assistance. Currently, the doors to the offices is not a secured entry. They are working on making that possible when they do move in October to their new building. However, those are the things that they have in place right now. And as we've seen from the videos, that violence within the workplace affects over 1 million people. 1 million to 2 million violent crimes are committed in the workplace each year, and there's over 1,000 workplace homicide. That is quite a high number. And it's also reported that there's over 4 million losses reported as a result of violence within the workplace. So it is definitely an issue. And considering the fact that when you're working with clients with severe and persistent mental health issues and they're not on any type of medication, anything can happen. And so safety needs to be in everyone's mind. And it doesn't matter how long you've been working with a client. Um, the if they do have mental health issues, you always have to take the necessary steps. The office that was assigned to me, the desk was against the wall, and that would mean that my only exit would be getting by a client if I was to work with a client behind closed doors. And after watching the video, I moved my desk to make it where I have a good section that if I need to exit the room in an emergency situation, I'm closer to the door than they are. Not that I'm expecting that to happen, but you also, have to be aware that of the population that we work with. And with that said, the social worker in Kansas who was murdered have caused that state to require that there is at least 6 hours of safety training for social workers in the Kansas City, in Kansas. And I'm not aware of it being implemented in any other state. And so that's my question that I'm posing this week. What are your thoughts? Do you think that that's something that should be implemented across state? Because it kind of seemed like the standard thing to do is to wait for something to happen before taking actions, instead of taking actions first and preventing something like this from happening. So in other words, what are your thoughts on being proactive or reactive. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.